So this is Usher's Confessions, the extended version, where my mind is the devil because I'm fighting enemies. And Jesus said, pray for your enemies. Because I found that some of my enemies might be my friends is one of the hardest things for me to wrap my head around. But what I wanted to convey to everybody is never covet thy neighbor. It's a biggie. In other words, and be careful what you wish for. The fame thing is this. You're put on a pedestal, right, to begin with, even in your own mind. And pursuant to the nature of the beast, the source of this purported famous person, whether utilizing advanced technology, looking inside your head, not to promote the Bible too much, okay, but according to the book of Revelations, I believe it is 9, I think it's 11, 9 through 14, that we are at the second one. And it's talking about the story, the human story. It's repeated. It's repeated multiple times. Personally, I would love to study a different religion. But hear me out, because the thing that it was pivoting towards God's prophets seeking relief and instructions. I'm not partial to a certain amount of awareness pursuant to the sign of the times conveyed to and fro certain biblical characters in the Old Testament. So I completely I side with the priests because they were they were only given so much to work with, as far as the, albeit dreadfulness. Okay, but this is truth. See, everything because I was brought up a Christian. Okay, and just the despair and the dreadfulness of that Old Testament. But it provides a certain amount of insight and just convey a certain amount of instruction. Okay, that's that. To anyone willing to perceive it, as far as knowing thyself, a famous person, literally, it's like, first of all, it's a man-made idea, and kind of reminds me of credit. Even though credit's way more valuable, because this level of obligation just escapes someone that is either not willing or not ready. And what sucks is how it's like Hollywood. They literally skip over like main parts and like put it in other film plots for money. Yeah, we had to spread out the ideas as thin as we could go, moving right along, and it does give a level of fakeness to the two-dimension screen. It had to fit, right? It had to fit not just the consumptibility of, stomaching. You have to pay whatever money. You have to stop what you're doing. You have to look at what film's playing. You have to actually be half interested. If it's an action film, obviously you're not going to have a lot of emotions, because you want your money. You got to keep that adrenaline, you gotta, that adrenaline means more money. And da, 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 da. Anyways, and the thing that you're just a title on top of being fame, that you're actually trying to escape it because of the nature of how they're doing the fame these days is it's not human. It's not on a human. It's not human compatible at all. And just like in Hollywood films, the happy endings or they replete all of the emotion out of, like, for instance, action, and it's nothing to admire because that's half of literally living one scene in the Matrix. It's almost eating your own. It's almost eating your own. I don't know, goal up. And really, I think fame is mostly for people that are either very, very special, they're very, very deserving of the spotlight, or they're not, like, fighting, like, for peace, justice, and relief through the courts. And some kids are actually being held for ransom, and I've been blindsided with my old age, young into seeking after exception and fame, albeit thinking it's credit, thinking there's a quick, easy, and I'm looking for an injunction through the courts, several matters, including that nobody deserves to have their minds looked at like this is brain Watergate. I'd love for people to get that and don't believe everything you see. God bless.